This week's episode of the MACKDOWN Podcast is brought to you by Buzzsprout, a user-friendly podcast hosting platform for non-techie people. Launch your podcast today just like we are. Simple uploads, free promotional tools, full statistic package, and more. It's easy to use, satisfaction guaranteed, no strings attached. Try it for free, helpful support, free plans available, automatic podcast importing. Check them out, guys. Buzzsprouts is the shit. It looks like chocolate. Like, you should taste it. Did you taste it?
No, I'm not putting that back in my mouth. It's not Tuesday. We wanted you to kind of eat your prayers again.
Mm-hmm. Eat your prayers, guys.
Eat your prayers. Eat them.
Be sure to eat your prayers. If there's a publication
here's the deal, because
from WWE
I
or the
get
source
it,
themselves.
I get it on this. I get it on the aspect.
I get it, you get it, but this is the rules. On this week's episode of the MACKDOWN Podcast, the crew takes a deep dive into Triple H's creative tactics. Are they compelling? Are they consistent? We got new talent coming in. We got old talent coming in. Speaking of old talent, AEW got their champ back. He went face-to-face with the interim champion, so that looks like that will be our main event for All Out. We got that. We got the MACKDOWN Fantasy Wrestling. All that and more right now on the MACKDOWN Podcast. Let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the MACKDOWN Podcast.
Yes.
It is episode 52. This is a big one, fellas.
Year.
And ladies.
We're an episodic year.
52.
Where our first season is in the books.
It is indeed.
Well, and this is a big thing, too, man, because we're officially going to be on Spotify and Google Podcasts and everywhere that you can listen to podcasts. We are going to be available. So This is a big stepping stone for us.
Definitely, we've made it. We've jumped that cusp of podcast-ism. I'm making shit up as we speak. I'm sorry.
Enough
I'm excited.
about us, though. Yeah. Speaking of us here, though, so in studio, since we're all here, minus one, unfortunately, we got Kimmy.
Ooh. Hello, everybody.
We got Mr. B.
How's it going?
We got AJ.
Yeah, you
Mitchell.
Oh shit! I forgot about that just now. I forgot about that.
And you got myself, Mikey.
Mikey MacD.
That's me.
How you doing?
Hey, man. I'm enjoying our episodically, weekly, longest episodically running programming that we've ever done, you know. Shout out to Teddy Long.
I know, that episodic word. You're going to go one-on-one with The Undertaker.
Playa.
In a tag team match.
Every time, dude.
Every time.
You guys can check out our archives on YouTube. The prior 51 episodes are available, starting from the pilot.
I was going to say, if you like what you hear here today, that's hard to say, by the way. Oh. Can I keep going? Sound like Dr. Seuss up in this bitch.
Sounds like you just stopped.
He's like, can I keep going? Can I can't.
I'm not a rapper, dude. I just can't. It just doesn't work.
None of us are rappers.
AJ does pretty good job.
I don't even do that.
You know? But yeah.
Like, don't you put me on the spot, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, don't you do that to me. He needs to know.
Well, unfortunately, we got one missing today. So Cam is the fifth member of this crew here.
Yeah, he had a family emergency. He had a Tom Brady. So, you know, we had to let him chill.
But he'll be back. He'll be here, not in studio. He's always from a secret remote location.
He's from his corner.
His corner. Cam's corner.
Definitely. He got belts littered all over the floor, that boy.
Oh, the floor. I mean, hey, speaking of belts, I had a new belt day yesterday.
This mofo over here.
It's beautiful.
Jesus.
So, okay, as we all know here, the Grandioso belt for me, well, for the new listeners, they don't know. My favorite belt of all time, my all-time favorite, is the classic dual-plated tag team title from WWF back in the day.
He's a tag team guy.
It is, you know, called amongst all the beltsters out there, the Hart Foundation belt, because, you know, that's pretty much theirs. Anyway, that's my favorite. But the holy grail of all belts is the Winged Eagle title, the old WWF title.
Hogan's belt. That's Hogan's belt, bro.
He held it for the longest time.
It's Hogan's belt.
So I got, for Christmas, I got the Winged Eagle from the WWE shop.
All gold.
All gold, so the sidebar is not attached, right? So they're kind of bolted on side, on the sides of the main plates. Anyway, it looks good for what it is. 4mm, love it, whatever. Well, they came out with the dual-plated Winged Eagle title, the OG, with the bars attached. So I went ahead and made that purchase.
It's really nice. I love the two-tone, dude. It really makes the eagle pop off. Plus, the wings are like extending past the leather.
Yeah, they kind of contoured the belt just a little bit more to it, to more accurate.
It's made for that. Those plates are made for that title to pop, and that title pops.
Dude.
6mm.
And the curve,
gold-plated,
bro. The
layered
curve.
on layered, curved to perfection. I mean, I'm looking at it just glisten off the wall right now.
I mean, even look at the world. Like, the blue is more
it-
inset
right.
even. You
And
know what I
it
mean?
pops.
It's a thicker, because it's like a 6mm plate with a deeper etching.
Yeah, the
So
etching
everything
helps.
stands out. The eagle stands out like crazy.
We'll definitely post some pictures online, guys. I definitely
yeah.
think we need to put some of those up there.
Oh, yeah.
And show what Mr. MacD's
Yeah,
over
dude.
here collection has grown to.
It's getting out of control,
He,
dude.
he, I thought I had the collection.
Look, man, this fucking minis case is burning a hole in my everything.
The minis case is pretty too.
So
Could you imagine if those
Mr.
were all the
B,
big sizes too?
Mr. B just
Crazy.
ordered a mini.
Yes, I got the
He got his matching.
United States to match my
United States.
United States.
Yeah, and we're talking about the,
The
jumps.
full-size title.
Look, man, I was never a fan of that belt until I seen it in
I've
person.
always liked that belt, bro.
Once I seen it in person, I was like, okay, this thing is fucking sweet.
We had a debate about this, Mr. B, and I'll let you get a final word. Me and Mike both have said that the scratch logo version of that belt belongs to MVP. But the one you have up there, I personally think that's John Cena's.
That or Rusev.
That or Rusev. Guys,
For that version right there.
thoughts and opinions, real quick.
I tell you the truth, I don't care whose belt that one was.
Wow.
Really, I just like the belt.
It's his
He's like,
belt.
look here, my name's
It's
going to be
mine.
on that nameplate, so that's all that
Specialist.
matters.
And then I'll probably do it
Specialist.
to the mini as well.
Oh.
Oh, that would be
that'd
fucking
be
sweet,
cute. I love
dude.
it.
Yeah.
You're only going to have one slot left in your mini case. What are you going to fill it up with?
I'm going to allow you that spot.
Me?
Yeah,
Why?
Yeah, because I was
Yeah.
going to give him a belt, but he's giving it to you.
Well, I'm just saying the next one I get will be
Well, when
One
I
that
win
you want.
season 2 of our MACKDOWN Fantasy Wrestling, I'll be putting a mini in there. How about that?
Ooh. You heard it here first.
That's a year from now, though. I don't know if
Definitely.
I can wait that long.
I've already said that I would like to donate a mini to that cause, and the one that I want to put in there, I told Mike I want to donate the $1 million championship to that. I think that'll look nice in there.
I mean, yeah, why not?
I think it'll look pretty in there. It'll look prettier in there than where it currently is in my house, on the table.
Well, I have the little buttons right back there.
Yeah, it does have the special attachment.
So it does
yeah.
have special for that particular
It's
belt.
like
in
little
particular.
nails.
just
that you
for
put in
that
there,
belt.
yeah.
That's the only one.
So then, yeah, perfect. Let's utilize all the tools that came with the kit.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm kicking myself in the ass for is not buying it sooner.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't think the
Yeah.
deals
Because
are gonna
when
be
it
a
was at
thing.
its cheapest, it was what, 40 bucks?
$39.
Yeah,
And I
$39.
told you this multiple times, Mr. B.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
You know,
different
other
time, different
things
place,
came
though.
up.
No, I
and-
feel you.
But I got a little extra money this week because,
Yeah,
the state decided
thank you,
to
thank
pay
you,
me
state
more.
in which we are
Yeah.
living in for your.
That's the reason why
Nice
I got this
contribution.
this dual-plated winged eagle back here.
Yeah, the state. Everybody helped you out there, buddy.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Well, let's get into this week, y'all. Let's see what we got going on here. So,
Should we start AEW this week?
yeah,
Yeah,
let's
go
go
for
ahead
it.
and kick it off with AEW. So, go ahead, Kimmy.
Yeah.
Well, at the very end of the Jericho-Moxley match, CM Punk himself made his return.
Dude, JR was going
Fucking
ballistic.
apeshit. Apeshit.
my
Ballista ape shit.
Dude, well, and he was like, he was being way overboard.
That's what he was doing.
He was
And
screaming
I'm
out
like,
the right side
oh,
of his
I know,
mouth.
JR, you didn't just see him backstage. It's like, I get, like, you know, you have to act like, oh, I get
He has
that's
to
a
really
part of
make
his
it a
job,
big
but
deal,
it's
yeah.
like, come on, buddy. He's still the
Listen.
champ, so, you know, what are we going to do now? Because now they're going to have, like,
Yeah.
Well, so All Out is going to be in Chicago, and they're going to do Punk versus Moxley to unify the titles.
So, Mike, I'm sorry. Your John Moxley reign is.
coming to an end.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
No, I don't know if Punk's going to get it back or not.
Well, here's the deal. Didn't Pump get injured, or was that a rumor?
No, that must have been a rumor because
Okay.
I watched that shit like a few times to
He
see
looked good.
where his injury could have happened, but I didn't see shit.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. I've been falling off of AEW. I mean, it's just been which
It's
we're going to talk
interesting
about.
though because I like AEW because there are good
There's
look,
benefits,
I do.
yeah.
I'm old school, so I like the blood factor. You know what I mean? I've always liked the blood
That's
factor.
not the issue, brother.
It's not, but at the same time, like you don't get that at WWE.
You know what
not
you do,
yet.
You know what
Not
you
yet.
do get in WWE? Consistency.
Well,
You ain't getting that here.
I
I mean,
know.
now.
I was
now,
going to say, dude,
now.
yeah, since the Triple H
Well,
was
the
using-
consistency we were getting was not
there was
very
none.
favorable.
No, there
No.
was good. I mean, there
It
was
was consistency.
consistency,
It was
but it
just-
wasn't
no.
good.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah,
shit.
it was. We were getting Austin Theory shoved down our throat every week. We was getting.
That's one thing, bro. Consistency is
Okay, you
is-
were also getting the Street Profits and Usos constantly going back and forth for on both shows. On top of that, you were getting the same thing with the women's division. Then the consistency of craziness with the 24/7 title and Becky Lynch, and she won it and she wasn't winning shit, and it was just
no, dude.
they were throwing shit on a wall and seeing what stuck, and if it stuck,
There
then they
was
would
no
keep going it.
consistency, bro. I'm sorry.
There's more consistency than what AEW is doing. At least I saw the same people on TV every fucking week. How about that?
Well, here's the thing. I'm hoping now that Hunter's
That's a
running
big
the
consistent.
show, because this is a pretty WWE heavy show. I would say. We'd say we're all favored more towards the WWE.
now,
I mean,
definitely.
Mr. B maybe not so much, but I think that we like it. We
well,
like it all.
Well, why would that be the case, Mr. B? Explain. Show your work. What's wrong with WWE over AEW right now?
Well, this was all said before the Vince McMahon
Right,
change of
true.
power, so
True.
I'm still just being skeptical.
Yeah, we
about the
just
whole
enjoy
picture
watching
here.
both.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
still on the fence?
Yeah.
Technically?
I'm more intrigued and interested what WWE is doing now because of Hunter being in control. So
How's that changed your look on AEW? Or are you still like AEW still doing it for you?
well, I don't know.
There's a crack in that wall. I see. Okay,
There's
There's
just a lot
just-
of things that
because you were like AEW was
Yeah, in the beginning,
yeah.
definitely. But now I don't know.
You definitely were always Mr. Hey. AEW's the standard, bro. Fuck WWE, so to speak, and I
Well,
got it.
you get
And I
more of the
got it.
WCW vibes from AEW.
Ooh, so
Yeah.
did they do a quick turnaround of how WCW was big? Remember,
Yeah.
and then they kind of just
Well, now that Hunter's in control, I feel maybe A and W.
AEW.
Ooh,
That's
yeah,
what I was about to
A&W.
say.
Some root beer.
AEW
Uh-huh.
may have some problems in their future.
Yeah, starting with leadership, that's for sure. Because Tony Khan is out
Khan
of
is
control.
apparently Khan's hard to work for now.
We're getting some
apparently.
UWF vibes over here.
I don't know, man. I don't think he's gonna be all covered in Vaseline with hookers and everything like that. But
That's a Tuesday, baby.
I'm just saying he's
For those of you
Everything's
who
a
don't,
Tuesday for you.
I definitely think he's on something. If he's not on something, he's one of those crazy type A's that just full gas all day. I don't know, dude. I feel like it's too much for him to manage, man. Like you do need some help. Like have like a
Have a
five
team.
dudes
Have a
that
team.
you, or even some people that you can trust.
have a team you manage. Manage the team. Have everybody play their part. When someone gets out of control, you manage that person.
He just needs to quit fucking hiring everybody and focus on his talent a little more.
130 something people on their roster, bro.
Dude, it's way
Wow.
too fucking much.
I have it all right there.
Yeah, when we
actually,
get into
so.
fantasy today, you definitely jump into that. And for those of you first time listening, fantasy is really big for us. So
It's like one of the biggest things we got.
definitely. So I believe it's episode 48. We'll go over everything you need to know about fantasy, and we
Yeah.
haven't touched on it yet. But I just want to give a quick little peek into our
In the YouTube archives.
yes, the YouTube art, a peek into a lot of who we really are in our wrestling minds. And please like, subscribe, comment at MACKDOWN Podcast.
At
MACKDOWN
MACKDOWN
Podcast.
That's something big for us. So yes, at MACKDOWN Podcast, we're definitely there. Mikey MacDL, I'll throw it back to you from that quick little commercial break.
Nice. I forgot what I was talking about.
Exactly. Now back to what we were talking about. So with the change in the WWE happening, Hunter is really showing us, one, on a wrestling philosophy level, he really has taken us to another level in which Vince wasn't ready to even touch. There was no plans for the women's tag team division. There were no plans for all these people who were previously out of WWE. All these guys were leaving because they didn't like the direction and the plan. He's fixing bridges, making connections, bringing
That's what
people
he does,
back.
man.
I sent a picture in our little group chat recently about Team Hunter, Team Vince. And there were a couple of different wrestlers that we had on there that Vince would push and that Hunter's pushing. Hunter is making our next generation. I feel like the Attitude Era rebirth with a little bit of that what's the word I'm looking for here? Like, it's not going to be as grandiose. It's going to be there's not going to be so much like sex appeal and shit like that. We're not going back to the bra and panty days. Fuck you, disco. You know what I mean? We're not going back to that. We're going to a more grittier. I think it's really going to be the reality era.
I think Hunter likes to make all of his wrestlers, men and women, just come across as strong.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Superstars.
Yeah.
Fucking legit megastars. Megastars.
Yeah, just people that are good at what they do. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I hope that by him bringing back so much talent recently and things of that nature that it'll, I don't know, help bring a focus to like the company and the brand overall versus like just the champion. Because I think that's why like USA,
Once their own champion.
they're like, we want a
I'm glad
champion. But if you had
brought
an
that up.
overall good product, they wouldn't be like, hey, we need a champion. Because everything else you got fucking sucks.
I think
You know what I mean?
I think Roman and Brock is the end of an era. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Roman and Brock's era was the Vince McMahon era of the big man. That was the last component of it.
Yeah, I would say that's
You know what
accurate.
I mean?
Yeah.
We had that transition from the 80s superstars to the Attitude Era. More gritty, more raw, more in your face, ass, bitch. All that was said on TV. We're seeing
Drew was
TNA.
saying that too. He's
Right.
like,
We're
you know,
seeing
taking on the Usos backstage, and he's like, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Right. So then we transitioned from that whole Attitude Era stuff to then the John Cena era, the PG. We were a little bit more kid friendly because we wanted,
Little.
you know, a lot more kid friendly. We wanted you to kind of eat your prayers again.
Eat your prayers, guys.
Eat
Eat
your
'em.
prayers.
Eat your
Eat them.
Be sure
Eat 'em
to
all.
Eat your prayers.
eat your prayers. Hashtag eat your prayers.
That's a shirt.
That's your shirt. So, you know, and then after the John Cena whole thing came in, Brock came in, so we kind of got more of the reality of what Vince's vision of reality era was, the Becky Lynch and what he saw for them. But the problem was that Hunter created NXT underneath the main roster, and it was so big. I mean, you got to think about it. NXT was hot when we were getting Raw Underground, bro.
Dude,
We
you
were
know,
getting Raw Underground. Are you crazy?
that shit sucked.
That
by
shit
the
was
way.
horrible. But that's what Vince thought would be more of entertaining for us. While NXT was down there producing fucking...
They're doing wrestling shows.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
Becky Lynch with a fucking... her hair tied to the side, looking like she just came out of fucking Saved by the Bell, killing it.
Well,
Killing it.
they're
Showing you
apparently,
characterization and good wrestling can happen.
apparently Hunter's trying to go back, like take away sports entertainment. He wants to go back to pro wrestling,
Which is fine.
and I'm like, yes, thank
Which is
you,
fine.
thank you,
Because
thank
you still have an element of entertainment in pro wrestling. That is what an element of pro wrestling is. By making it sports entertainment, don't get it twisted. I love the acronym of sports entertainer, of being that, but
It sounds really stupid when you say it, though.
It does because of the
I
fact
want to be the
of-
greatest sports entertainer of all time.
Right, because at that
What?
point,
No,
at
I
that
wanna be the
point, I
greatest
think
professional
of
wrestler.
I
There
think
you
of
go.
manager. You can talk on the mic. You're good at that sports
Mm.
entertainment factor. But can you wrestle?
Even commentary.
Right. They can be even put into that role because you got Michael Cole, Jim Ross,
Most of them started
refs
at that
even.
role.
Nick Patrick, Mike Chioda, Earl Hebner. You know, they're all sports
Security.
entertainers.
Fuck it.
I can't think of any security guards. I'm sorry.
I don't
Whatever,
know,
man.
yeah.
You remember that big old dude from WWF back in the day?
Oh yeah, with the backwards hat.
With the backwards hat and the
Yep.
long ponytail?
he passed.
Yeah, he did.
Even the fans. Some of the fans are even sports. Some of the plants.
And I think we were talking previously about, you know, if we thought that Triple H was gonna, I think this was maybe off record, but we were chatting about if we think that the tag team division is basically in trouble in WWE and all
It
that
is.
stuff. But I really do believe that Hunter's going to be putting focus back on it, and I think him bringing back
The women's tag,
the women's tag team division plus
Hit Row.
Hit Row as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know
dude.
what I mean? He's really trying to build it up and bringing chicks, you know, up from NXT and stuff like that. Not the right ones, in my opinion, but
Dude, there was some kind of backlash last night for Hit Row because they're like, oh, fucking, that was Swerve's group. And I'm like, no, dude, that was not Swerve's group. they added Swerve because those three they've been on the indies for
the OG3.
The OG3. They've been on the indies together for a while. And what's his top dollar? He's basically like the Suge Knight of that fucking group. Like, that's kind of like who he is.
It's kind of his group, if you think about it.
Yeah, dude. So I think that this will be good, and they can kind of add and subtract from here.
I think Carmelo Hayes and what's his name should join that.
Oh, see? That would be good.
And I think that adding them, Carmelo Hayes is like, okay, so of course I'm going to do rap here. Carmelo Hayes is more like Tupac, your shining star. Your guy's going to get all the...
Dude, see, here we go. This is a great story.
Get all the shine, win the championships multiple times, Slammy Award winning.
Yeah, then you get some animosity.
Right, and then he's going to be like, well, you know, we are the Intercontinental, or we are the United States. No, I am. Oh, really? And Suge Knight, of course. Sometimes
he's like, come with me. Come with me tonight.
Come with me.
Drive my car.
And, of course, you can add other wrestlers in between, like Cedric can join. Next thing you know, Cedric is hurt. He don't know what happened.
Or if they start getting too big for the group.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, boom, they go down.
Definitely.
Come to find out, fucking top dollar been over here doing goddamn whatever his catchphrase is.
Right, and you got a rap wrestling story right there written for you all day.
Yeah, I think they definitely need to build their tag team division, both men and women, especially the women's, obviously.
And dude, you could do that because even think about when SmackDown and Raw first split again. And they split up the belts again, so then you got the blue and the red titles.
Right.
When they did that with the tag teams, like, it was fucking Heath Slater and Rhino were the first tag team for that era. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they can establish tag teams by putting them together for now, and then you just have to keep snowballing. Have actual real teams. AJ's over here dumping his coffee. I think you had a hole in your chin, man.
No, what was that?
What is that?
What am I looking at? Oh.
He went to take a drink, and that's...
Did you eat some chocolate or something?
I personally ate chocolate, but this was not... I didn't put chocolate in my coffee.
Was that just regular coffee?
Yeah, it was a Keto Americano, extra shot of espresso, and...
Well, did you get it with... Because the Keto Americano, does that have the heavy cream in it?
Yeah.
Well, is your coffee cold?
Yeah.
Sometimes the heavy cream will, like, recongeal, so that might be what it is.
Is it like... It looks like it's like sand.
Is it coffee grounds?
It's not. It's definitely not sand, but...
Okay, I think I'm done with this. It was all chunky.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It does look chunky.
It was chunky. See?
Yeah,
Shout out Dutch Bros.
I don't know what the fuck that was, honestly.
It looks like some chocolate smear.
It's probably coffee grounds mixed with the heavy whipped.
It looks like chocolate. Like, you should taste it. Did you taste it?
No, I'm not putting that back in my mouth. It's not Tuesday. Hey.
You could see it. He felt a clump and was immediately like,
yeah.
what the fuck is that? Chunky coffee. That's a new thing.
Oh, see, now that just makes it even worse.
I can't do that. Nope.
No, see?
Like, even like that boba tea and shit like that. Like,
what the fuck is boba tea?
It just has those little gelatin balls at the fucking bottom through the whole tea. Yeah, no way, dude. I'm good.
No, it's boba. Is that what it? Yeah, it is
boba tea, right?
Yeah, it's got little jelly nugs.
Yeah, no thanks, dude.
No,
I can't.
thank you. I just like tea, and I like sugar in my tea. That's it.
I was gonna say, do we need to take a small break so you can go get a drink of water or something?
I do have some tea in that fridge. If you want to grab me one, you'd be a lamb.
Be a lamb.
So with Hit Row then coming back, now Hit Row, Hunter's brought back Hit Row, the OG3. Who's next? Who's next on the list to come back?
Well, there's Ciampa's really getting pushed right now.
Yeah.
So they're thinking maybe Gargano.
Now, if Gargano comes back, do you have him immediately get into a program with Ciampa? Because they've had that storied whole fucking rivalry all the way through NXT.
So bring it all the way back up to the main roster again. Like, I think we're past that, bro.
Are we though?
Yeah, we don't need that on the main roster because here's the deal: putting that on the main roster is like kind of been there, done that. You kind of doing what Vince tried to do with Karrion and Keith Lee when they came up to the main roster and was putting on shit show matches. It's like, bro, you're forcing it. Don't. All right,
I'm gonna fantasy book real quick. You ready?
Go. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love this.
All right, so Gargano comes back, somehow involved with a match with Miz and Ciampa. But then Ciampa turns on the Miz, and then Gargano and Ciampa are now tag team.
I was thinking that.
Dude, okay.
They
That's
team
what I
up
was gonna
because they're
bring up.
friends.
Yes, okay. So they bring it back full circle to DIY.
Plus,
Yes.
if you think about it, they
Yes.
don't have that many tag teams.
And,
really.
and then the turn comes.
Way
and then you
later.
full circle this bitch, and then watch them be fighting over the Intercontinental, or God forbid if Ciampa wins the chip.
Dude, no, I
We'll
think
see.
they
Who
would. Dude, they were
knows?
great as a tag team. They had
Yeah,
such
dude.
good
Yeah,
chemistry,
and
and they're
you-
both amazing.
And you can get a good 2-3 year run out of
Oh,
that.
easy.
Easy.
Yeah, that's why I said the turn could come
Yeah.
way in the
they
future.
could be.
Yeah.
They could
At
be
least-
a
And that's-
contender
18
for the
months.
Usos. I feel
Ooh, yeah.
DIY.
Oh, the underdog team. Oh, tell
Dude.
us, preach.
That would be amazing.
Dude, okay.
Okay.
I'm fully signed up for that one right
So
there.
if he does come back, that's the way I would like to see him come back. Not a rivalry against, like, he could come back like he's gonna be fucking with him, and then he's like, nope, fuck you, Miz, and then Ciampa's also like, yeah, fuck you, Miz.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So, do you think that... No, that's way fantasy booking. That's too deep into the weeds. I was just going to say, so when Cody comes back, do you think that he would work better in a faction? Or do you think he just should stay solo? Because you could have
Yeah.
him with them two in a faction.
No, I don't
That
need
would
that.
be-
I think they should be totally separate by themselves. They're their whole entity, and I think Cody's at the level now where he can be independent and doesn't need anyone behind him. Not to say that Roman's weaker
Maybe when he
because of
busts
it. but-
heel.
At most, you put Brandy at his shoulder, but I don't even want to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Brandy
ready
can
for it.
stay home. We don't need her lighting some
She's gonna
people
set him on fire.
Yeah. We've had enough of her.
She really wants to see them smoking mirrors.
I can see why Cody's sister was like, so you get to use our last name, bitch?
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, seriously, because
Brandy Rhodes.
she's really not great.
You
She
know,
might be a good. She
tried.
might be good in the background as a managerial type, like a Stephanie. Great, stay back there. Cool.
I mean, her being on TV is fine as a manager role. That I mean, I thought she did pretty good there. She's just not wrestler wise. I just don't feel like she should
She's
be.
not smart or fundamental with wrestling, like terminology, understanding anything remotely close to being in that ring, legit.
Plus, her reactions are very forced and fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, she tried to kill Cody and Andrade. Fuck that bitch.
Dude.
Oh my god, yeah.
So outside of Gargano, who else do you think might be coming back?
All right. So Bray is heavily
Yeah,
rumored.
Bray is the rumor.
You know, how does he come back? Does he come back as the Fiend? Does he come back as another variation of the Fiend and Bray, or
Do you think he should come back just as Bray Wyatt? Just like not the old school, just like
he's
him.
just Bray?
Yeah,
Well,
no character. He's sorry.
we got the. Yeah, you looked at me because you thought it was me.
The-
Well, I heard it. I just looked
Yeah,
to see.
He looked right at my black ass. He's like, come
I
on.
was looking
AJ.
at you to see if you seen it, and then like you get your reaction by your eyes,
Oh,
because your eyes will tell the story. You know, it's
Nice
like, oh
cover.
fuck,
Nice,
nice
cover.
cover, right? Yeah.
Nice cover.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. MACD.
that's what I did.
So I think Bray is the new Mick Foley, and here's what I mean by that. We've got the three faces of Bray. He can be Bray, the crazy leader of the cult. He can be Bray, hey, my kids really like him, but you're crazy. Or he can be the Fiend. You know what I mean? That's awesome. So I don't give a fuck what Bray Wyatt comes back. Just give me Bray.
I hear you, man.
So could Bray come back and be a part of like the Judgment Day?
No,
Per
no,
se?
no. He don't need no. Just give me Bray. I don't need
I feel
him.
like
I was
Bray's
gonna
best
say though,
with-
how do you bring him back? In what capacity? Like, who's he gonna go against? What's the story?
I personally think the Bray that we need to come back is Bray Wyatt, the kids special.
No, dude.
Yes, I love that.
I hate the Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah,
To be
dude,
honest,
me
it's like
too.
it was so
hokey.
cringe.
Yeah.
I'm done with it, to be honest. And then what is Alexa Bliss gonna get back under his spell now? And then
No,
no,
that's the first thing he does is he takes
See,
back.
he needs to have like, and I hate to say this word, but he needs to have like a culty kind of feel, like even like if he was to align with like Joe Gacy and bring that whole thing
See,
together.
now that's different. Yes,
Maybe put Dexter
Having-
in there with him,
having
and like
having
just
a cult following
Right.
and followers,
yeah.
and then each one follow Bray, but they follow a different Bray. I follow Bray the Fiend. I follow Bray the Funhouse. I follow Bray the cult leader.
I don't need the Funhouse. Quit trying to throw that in.
Yeah.
But here's what I mean by that.
He needs to have all of those
what
rolled
I mean
up
is
into
like,
one burrito.
right? They are all rolled up into one burrito, but you only get a sliver through the eyes of the person who follows them, who follows Bray. Bray is my leader, but when I look at Bray, I see the Funhouse Bray. Bray is my leader, but when I look at Bray, I see the Fiend. Bray is my leader, but when I look at Bray, I see the New Orleans. I guess is that the Cajun.
I don't think he was Cajun.
I mean, what would you call it then? What, hippie?
I don't know.
Hippie.
'Cause he was more of like a Floridian.
Okay,
Floridian.
so I see retired Floridian in Rocky Chair Bray. Fuck out of here.
Nah, I don't agree.
I think that would give Bray the ability to be able to tap into any persona he wanted to.
I think he should just roll all those up. Just just do kind of like what Hunter did, and Shawn. It's just you're another variation, or Jericho even. You're another variation of yourself, but with all of these things rolled into one ball. Then you can kind of call back a little bit if you wanted to.
I think it's got to be Mick, bro, especially the way he did it.
Well, he could just
Mick
be the new
didn't
Bray.
really bounce back and forth between characters that often.
Did you not see the Royal Rumble?
Well, that was the one time.
Yeah,
though.
exactly. It's not like every
Did you
week.
not see him in Madison Square Garden when he fought Hunter?
Okay, great, but one-offs. It's not like, every week I'm a different person. Every episode, or in this part of the episode I'm this, and then in another part of the episode I'm this. More consistently, he was Mankind, or more consistently, he was.
Each one had its run.
Right.
Yeah.
Every each one had its run, so I don't think he needs to be all of them at once.
So he just comes back as Bray Wyatt. That's it. And he can tap into whoever he
Here's
wants
the
to
thing,
tap
man.
into.
He's so just
Transcendent.
brilliant when it comes to stories in pro wrestling, like telling stories, because that's what we're all here for. You know what I mean? Like, the matches are the icing on the cake, but you got to be able to tell us the fucking story to hook us in. And dude, over the last, I'll even say 20 years, he's up there with fucking the who's who when it comes to mic skills and telling stories. And dude, the fucking the match that they did with Cena, what?
Yeah, the story match,
yeah.
the Funhouse, the Firefly Funhouse match, Kimmy.
But it's just weird. Even the one with Randy when they went through the house and they were fucking, you know what I mean? He's just very creative.
That's the second time Randy has set that motherfucker on fire.
Yeah, Randy's tried to kill that.
Randy's tried to
for
kill.
real.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, a couple times.
Randy has legit tried to kill.
Dog's over there fucking.
Okay, I was wondering. I'm like
scratching, going. Oh yeah.
I thought I was rubbing my head was. You heard my. Yeah.
But yeah.
So if Bray comes back, more power to you.
I think that would be the most exciting return for me personally, just because I know that whatever he does is going to be really good.
I just want the Fiend, bro.
So there's a group that was in Impact, right? So there's a dude that has dreads. He kind of looks like Rob Zombie a little bit, and he's got like his little group with him. You know what I'm talking about?
Hell no.
Okay. Anyway, that group could come back and be, because dude, I feel like Bray he just needs like a surrounding. You know what I mean?
He needs a Dark Order.
But just like for real. You know what I mean?
How did you do the Dark Order for fake?
You did mention Dexter when you were talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, because
he's supposed to be from Skinwalker Ranch.
I know. See, that's what Road Dogg wanted.
So,
See, that would be good. That would be good. You start bringing all these characters together.
And then coming to find out the person who's manipulated the mind of Bray Wyatt to get him to start this whole thing. Let's go real deep in the story. It all comes back to the one wrestler who always had the most manipulative shit ever. You ready? Skinner.
Oh, man, no.
So what, you can't give Skinner no...
Skinner?
Yeah, remember Skinner? You don't remember Skinner?
I do remember Skinner. He was the dude that would spit tobacco everywhere.
No, he was the dude that would wrestle the alligators and was crazy as shit.
Yeah, he was.
He's a journeyman.
See, I would see them more with like fucking what's Homeboy's name, dude? Oh god.
Damien Demento?
No, that's not it.
I love me some Damien Demento.
Bray basically models his character after this guy. I can't think of his fucking name. It's gonna bug me. But he was kind of like sinister in a way. He was only around for a very short period of time.
I know what you're talking about. Like kind of like long hair, but like not.
Kinda, yeah.
Like he was
WWE?
mangy. Yeah,
but
he was
WWF
in a F,
way back in the day.
He was gonna fight with Hogan.
Yeah, it's gonna bug me that I don't.
That's gonna
fucking
bug
remember
me
his name.
too. I know exactly. He's almost like that Gacy guy. That guy was that with Gacy.
Kinda. Yeah, kinda.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Oh shit.
He was before his time too, man. He was very cult-like as well.
Okay, yeah, I can see
It'll
that.
come to me before the end of the show. Hopefully, before by credits, I'll be able to go Cersei's.
Cersei's. Oh, that will forever be our. 3 days later, baby. 3 days later.
But as far as everything goes now, so we've had now what 3 weeks of the Hunter regime? Is that where we're at this point?
That is where we're at.
Do you feel like they're starting to? Because obviously they have to kind of write the stories out from what they were doing. Do you feel like they're transitioning well? Do you feel like stories are leading? Do we got better cliffhangers?
Yeah, because everything that's coming to an end is moving to another new Hunter story. You know, it's not being held up in the Vince storyland.
Well, and I think too, the main question for me personally, are we going to start seeing more dominance in like the top guy scene? You know what I mean? Like the 50-50 experiment needs to end.
Yeah, they're going to be put more people in that main event spotlight. They have to. That was the problem with WWE. We didn't have anybody in the main event spotlight. Hunter's now saying, hey, guess what? You ready? Because here we go.
Dude, I mean, and they finally, like AJ said last night, hinted at a Ronda Rousey, Shayna Basler feud. You know what I mean? Not that I like Ronda Rousey by any means, but it is the MMA type. You know what I mean?
I just love the story because they're real. They're like real life friends and have been for a really long time.
Yeah.
And they are probably the reason why each other are in this position right now.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like if it wasn't for Shayna, I don't think Ronda gets into pro wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, and then without Ronda, I don't think Shayna is where she's at.
Yeah, with
in
the training
in
and all
WWE
that
right
shit.
now,
or
you know
even
what I mean?
or even in general.
Well, you know,
It's the 4 horsewomen, dude.
and we were talking about last week how, some females like Shayna aren't getting pushed because they're not quote unquote pretty enough. I feel like Triple H is going to bring that to an end. And I was thinking about it the other day, even regarding China.
Yeah, he
back
was
in the
with-
day.
Yeah, before. What?
Dude, but she's like an anomaly of a person, but still considered beautiful in his eyes and an extreme talent and someone that was larger than life in the wrestling world. So I think
Ninth
he's going
wonder
to
of the
give
world.
more opportunities to more diverse group of women too. So
I'm just ready for like the era because even like they're bringing up a lot of green folks right now. So for example, Nikita Lyons, she's all woman. I mean, she's not. What do you want to say?
the atypical.
Not like most girls.
Oh shit!
Stop.
the Nia thing.
No,
But no, she's a fucking
She's
she's a
nowhere
woman.
near
She's
that.
not like some little tiny.
she
you
thick.
know,
She's thick.
she's a fucking
thick.
she's
She's
a
two
she's a
Cs.
woman. So
She's 2 C's thick. Yeah, she's not like most girls. There you go, Mike.
Dude, I mean, I would say she's relatively in shape. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Otherwise,
yeah, but she's
Yeah.
bigger than all the chicks that you see on TV.
she's more curvy.
So
thick.
it's nice having the more
The diversity.
dominant women that are out there. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of boys up, he's bringing the boys up to the main roster. A lot of the guys who were outside looking in have come back. I'm thinking Sasha and Naomi, as we said before.
Yeah, I think they've
They're-
already like signed
They're
their.
already signed, still delivered. That's going to be nice for the women's tag, whole division.
That women's division's about to pop off, dude.
I hope so, because
Everybody's about to be back, and then when Becky gets back, dude, Charlotte will be back, and
I think they're building up for a yearly evolution. I think that was the plan originally. Vince wasn't on board, like he never is, because women's wrestling isn't where Vince,
he just doesn't want to
plants his
feature it.
flag. Yeah, you don't plant his flag there. 10, 15 minutes.
I think
all
here's the
fans.
difference of what we're going to get now is that Triple H looks at the talent and goes, you know what, this would work for you. We're going to push that.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, hey, I want you in this role that doesn't work for you. Go. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
It's
he
not
tries
genuine.
so he tries to tailor his stories and his, you know what I mean, to what they should be and like a little more natural, like you said, real life,
More
Right.
organic.
more
Yeah.
organic.
Yeah, dude.
Exactly.
Mr. B with the clutch work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's a guy in the couch.
Thank you.
For those who are first-time listeners,
Shush. No, I'm kidding.
Shush.
I had to be his shush to the thank you. What? I wasn't.
I'm empty.
Yeah, we should probably stay that way.
It's been drinking tea from out of this thing this whole time.
There's plenty of that. That whole fridge is stocked full.
I know.
So if you guys want some, there's definitely some in there. I'm like, I guess I'll just stockpile this bitch with tea. Cool.
It's diet tea too, so.
It's diet citrus green tea. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's not terrible for you. It's not great, but
I would have
also
rather.
it's better than soda.
I would have rather just being sugar free completely because you can taste that like diabetic sugar.
Well, dude, when we got the other one that was like full flavor, it was sticky.
Oh.
Yeah.
This just got less than a carb in it. I'm good.
Yeah, it's good. You're all good.
Anyhow, are we gonna move on from this, or are we still gonna Hunter it out? Are we still on the Hunter show?
I mean, I think I'm good. I'm good if you guys are good with that.
So we mentioned Punk, we mentioned Hunter, new talent being brought up.
There is one thing about AEW that I didn't touch on. So Hangman turned down the offer for the Young Bucks to be the third man. So who's the third man?
Kenny Omega.
Oh.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
Is it time for his return?
Mm-hmm.
He'll return and they'll win the fucking trios tag titles and then they'll go on their little run. Yeah.
It should be the best friends. I mean, honestly, it should be the best friends. They're the best thing going. And if anybody you need to keep off TV would be them, you know.
So the best friends versus Kenny and the Bucks is the final match.
Yeah, and have Hangman and what's the name of the other team? Not Hangman. Adam Cole and Red Dragon costume.
It's gonna be interesting to see how they book that thing.
I don't know. I'm done with AEW. Sorry.
I'm not, man. You know, like you said, what was it last week? The main reason why we turned AEW on is because
We're wrestling fans.
Vince hasn't got his hands on it. It's a completely different product, kind of given to us in a different form, almost. Like pro wrestling's pro wrestling, however.
And now we have two products with Vince nowhere near them.
So we'll see what
And we got one person who's a mega ultra thinker who was a wrestling fan first. And then we got another one who's just
Tony Khan's
a
just very
wrestling
neurotic,
fan.
dude.
Tony Khan is just a wrestling fan.
He just needs to calm the fuck down and just get back to basics. Because,
Yeah.
dude, that's why AEW in the beginning, it wasn't only because Vince didn't have his hands on it. It was because it was a little bit different and unique, and the stories were great. And, like,
Right.
but now we've said it before, too many hands in the pot, too much saturation, too many people here and there. We don't get consistency on who we're seeing each week because there's too fucking many people.
Preach, girl.
I know, and they got 3 hours of television each week. Like, there's no reason why they can't feature more people.
Well, that's
You
the
know.
problem. They've got too many people to feature.
Yeah. Well, not only that.
But
I
don't
mean,
feature more. Feature
Well,
us
they have Dark, they have Elevation, they still have
fuck
all them
that.
shows.
Dude, they need to stop with all that bullshit and focus
That's who
on
you
what's in
put-
front of them.
That's who you put on those shows. Is
Yeah,
those
you're from roster member number 27 to 150 stay on Dark, but your top 20 superstars, you should have 5 for each division that are always on TV consistently. You got 3 hours a week per TV. I should see the same 20 people. That's 10 consistent matches.
No, fuck that.
What do you mean, fuck that?
You can. It's an ever rotating door, man.
Well, I mean, yeah, you throw other people in there, but I'm talking about
we don't need to see
consistent-
people every week.
I'm talking about consistent people that you want to push need to be featured. You can't be wishy-washy. I can't see the Acclaim every 3 weeks, bro. How does that make them relevant?
Oh, I'm just saying, it just depends on who they want to push and the
But-
programs they want
Exactly.
to have on TV.
So those people, and that's the problem, as Kimmy, as Mr. B have said, the inconsistency of every week. You show me the Acclaim this week, I don't see them again for another 3 weeks. That means you've pushed 2 other teams that I'm supposed to remember. So I'm supposed to be a fan every 3rd week if I want to see the team that I like? Is that what you're telling me? That makes no damn sense.
To me, it's not okay. Maybe I should clarify. So the rotation of talent is not necessarily bad. I don't need to see someone every week. Would I like to? Obviously, for our fantasy league, yeah, if they're
Right.
on my team.
Right, and there's exceptions, right?
But I think the reason why too is because they don't really have any good stories going on right now. As far as ones that have been kind of going on for a while, it's all very like
sporadic.
Here's this match, but not really for any real reason. There's no background. There's no
rhyme or reason for anything happening on
It's
this
just
show.
like, here's a match.
Yeah.
Which, great. Sometimes that's nice every once in a while, but it can't be the whole show's just, here's a match kind of a thing. It's a little bit how it feels.
And to me, that's lazy booking. That's like lazy writing. You're just going, okay, I don't really know what to do with them, or I don't want to have anything to do with them, so here's a match for match's sake. Which, gets old. It's like, okay, great wrestling match, but a majority of the audience is watching for compelling content. Like, give me something I can sink my teeth into where I can get, like, emotionally invested into this shit.
And that's why I say, going back to contradicting what you just said, the reason why you need to see them every week is because the storyline like Bayley's storyline going on right now. That's money right now. You want to see that every week. It makes sense.
I agree with you. There should be some consistency, and then do here's a random match.
Right.
That's what I was trying to say.
Especially in a time frame like that.
Yeah.
But
like, sprinkle in your other talent. You can't just make the whole show a sprinkle.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
then you got all sprinkles, and then what do you got?
Yeah, you're like, where's all the ice cream?
Yeah, I want some ice cream in my bowl, not just sprinkles, goddammit.
I wanted an ice cream over here. Like, where's the chocolate? Like, no, you get colors. There you go.
What were you going to say, Mr.
Yeah, good.
Well, I think part of that problem that we're seeing now with AEW is probably because Cody is not there no longer.
That was the beginning of the end.
It's been kind of on the downward slope since they kind of took his booking rights away and booking powers and privileges. And I wasn't there.
I think that's a major key to this whole way it's going right now with AEW, though.
Because Cody was the wrestling mind. Let's be honest.
All this stuff coming out in the news, like Bleacher Report news kind of stuff.
What about
Khan?
Tony not being easy to work with?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Sean Ross Sapp says the same shit, and like Cam says, that he don't miss.
Well, because Cody's like, yeah, do it. Or excuse me, Tony Khan is like, yeah, go ahead and do it. And Cody's like, whoa, this doesn't match with the storyline we got going on. We have to this and that and try to be consistent. And he's like, no, do it. And so that's probably what started happening and caused a lot of frustration.
Yeah, Cody's an old school man. He's an old head.
Well, and that's why, but he's also good at being dynamic and bringing in new elements.
Right.
But like, while also being consistent to like pro wrestling storytelling, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? He does it in a good
pro
way.
wrestling acumen. You know what I mean? Knowing how to tell the story, produce it, and make it make sense. You know what I mean? We're not just out there spinning plates on our heads like, hey, isn't this fun? Like, who can spin them many plates? It's like, no, dude. There's a build, there's a middle, there's an end, there's all these different components that make up the whole picture. And if you're knowing how to put those colors together and make them consistent, which Hunter's like, hey, I got a brand new, Daddy's got a brand new band, baby.
He's been great. I mean,
he's got a blank canvas, bro, and he's
look. Painting. I mean, the shit he did with NXT Black and Gold. I mean, it went from developmental to holy shit, man. This is we're selling out 10,000 seat arenas to see an indie style show with indie style talent. You got smaller dudes that are Adam Cole, fucking Finn Balor, Johnny Gargano. You got all these guys that are winning your world title, so to speak. So it's cool because it's like, okay, this is the workers' show.
And the cool thing about it, two things. One, NXT went from just being, like you said, the minor leagues or developmental to being competition for the main roster,
sharing a pay-per-view,
right? And then and that's what I was going to say. And then the second part, or actually three things that can be said out of this. The second part, them saving SmackDown, that one episode when they were in Arabia and stuck in Saudi,
Crown Jewel,
yeah. And then third, that Survivor Series where it was SmackDown versus Raw versus NXT. Bro.
Well, and we keep talking about the little guy when there's like, oh, our generation champs were the big dudes. Well, maybe that time is also kind of over.
I mean,
if that makes sense.
That's what you were saying about the Roman Brock era. Like,
that's
this
over.
is what WWE used to be, was big
WWE
heavyweights.
This is what WWE did. Hey, Attitude Era. Now we're going back to the PG era. Now we're going back to the kind of real era. Now we're going back to 80s. Now we're going to characters. You know what I mean? It was the same repetitive shit. It felt like a spin cycle.
Well, then people like Damian Priest and Happy Corbin and people that are taller, kind of even Cesaro's, people like that could be the champion type status. And then every once in a while an Adam Cole type can get in there and win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that would be okay because you only can pick from your pool of talent. And so if the people that are coming in trying to train to be wrestlers are these guys, then you have to make that work.
And Hunter has been able to do that based on telling stories.
Dude, and Drew
Dude,
McIntyre's amazing. I mean, look at Shawn Michaels back in the day. You look at him as like a small dude comparatively
He was a giant
to Brock.
killer.
But
Shawn was a giant killer. He beat Diesel. He beat Sid.
that's what I'm saying.
Taker.
So every once in a while, there
Did
may
he
be
beat-
a big talent that'll come in, but they don't need to like forcibly be putting these like Omos and fucking like this other. What's that other guy?
Commander Aziz.
Well, no, and then there's one other person too that came in recently on AEW. That's
the Indians.
Yeah.
Just like bring in tall, goofy fucking dudes that are not really that athletic, just to have a big man. Like that doesn't make any sense. Hey, Ellie. Hey, little shithead.
I thought that was me. I'm like,
She's trying to dig like all the way through the carpet.
Oh shit.
She wants to be a part of the podcast.
But anyway, they don't need to just put in random big giants that aren't really athletic and don't really belong just to have a big man.
Yeah, I agree.
Like make the small man look big by letting them.
And those matches are
authentic.
always good, dude.
David Goliath.
Especially in the fucking WWE 2K. Jesus Christ. That's all he would do. He's like X-Pac versus Andre the Giant. And it's like classic, fucking 5-star, fucking legendary.
'Cause I have a wrestling mind.
And I'm giving them matches like Seth Rollins and fucking Bret
Kevin
Hart.
Owens and shit. Yeah,
It's
they're
like, what are we doing?
Boo. 1.5 star.
They're like, okay.
I know, they're like,
okay.
fuck you and your awesome
Yo, Ray and Andre.
great match.
Shout out to 2K, WWE 2K22. Ray and Andre in a rivalry. Bro, I broke records, bro.
It was so dumb.
I broke records. No title on the line, just grudge match. Never got stale.
Well, speaking of something that's not stale,
What's that?
we got the MACKDOwn Fantasy Wrestling.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah. I can't say the last word.
It's week 2.
He's like, we got the L out. Okay.
Yeah,
We got the L out, y'all.
No L's here.
You know, it just makes better for, you know, and here's the thing. I
Well,
was drawing up some logos, just some mock logos. That it's hard, dude, because I'm trying to connect all the letters together in some way, either like a baseball logo or a fucking how the WWF was, where it's, you know, or WWE even.
Well, now that we
It's
got
tough.
now that we got the L out, who took the L this week? Who gets the L this week? Everybody, every week since we got the L out.
All right, so the person that took the L this week, Mr. B, 14 points.
As some of our longtime viewers will know, and some of our first time viewers, that's nothing new.
I think that Mr. B is going to get it wrangled down here by the middle.
I
of the
still have a
season.
move, so
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Cam and I do not have moves available. We used ours. Anyway, so in 4th place, it is yours truly with 18. So respectable. I think, you know, anything over 10 is okay. And then next we got Kimmy and AJ tying at 24 points. So this is 2 weeks in a row y'all have tied.
see, I had
incredible.
some.
Y'all
I personally had a problem with that because I think she should have got the -2, but you guys,
Hey,
you guys
you
definitely,
agreed.
I know because we talked about it.
Well, here's the thing.
We had a legitimate conversation. and I can't
Here's the
be
real
mean.
question. Here's the real question. Since they announced it that week of the fucking, since he got -2,
He really shouldn't
He
have
really
for the week
shouldn't
prior
have.
of either.
No,
He shouldn't
duh.
have
I know,
negative
but I didn't
anything.
even go there because I figured I'll just take what I got and stop for this week. It's fine.
But
He
they
sh-
mentioned he got hurt just this week.
No.
No,
or
it
just
was the
last
week
week.
last week, which,
Yeah.
would-
They mentioned
which was
last
that
week.
Which
-2
means
right
I
there.
shouldn't have that -2,
Exactly.
technically, because they announced that he was injured.
It should be 0.
Right.
That's my vote.
I didn't want to say anything because, but yeah, that technically, yes. Mike?
They did say he was out on television. They did
What's your
announce
vote?
it.
Should I
They
get a
said he
-2
was-
for last week?
They
or should
were
I
saying
not?
he was at
'Cause
home
they said that Xavier's
resting.
out.
They said
Right,
Xavier
because
is at
he's
home
out.
resting. But see, I just don't like this.
They
whole
announced
thing.
it.
I just don't like this whole thing.
Okay,
moving away.
so is that similar to when they were like, "Hey, Roman's not here," when Drew was like, "Oh, Roman's not at work again. Surprise. Haha."
yeah, that's still -2.
So-
Yeah, but Roman's not at work. It's not Roman's injured or he's resting at home
But
or
so-
he'll
but
be out for
how
an
do we
extended
know?
period
How do
of
we know
time.
he's injured or just not burnt out?
They said he's resting at home.
Yeah, so how do we know he's just not burnt out?
Well, that's why I didn't try to argue about the other -2 because I didn't want people to be sour grapes about it.
They never said, "Hey, he's healing up from an injury," or his neck is broken, or
But
I'll
they did
go-
announce that he was out. They announced that he was not going to be there.
okay, but still. And here's the deal.
And that was the rule: is if there's a publication
Well, here's the
made
deal because
from
I-
WWE
I
or the
get it.
source themselves,
I get it on this. I get it on the aspect.
I get it, you get it, but this is the rules, and
What I'm-
I can pull it up for you right here in the official MACKDOwn rulebook.
Go ahead, bro.
So I get it in the sense of when Ricochet was out for that personal, remember that personal family thing when he was Intercontinental Champion, I had him. We gave me a 0 for that week. We didn't give me the negative because he announced that he was not going to be there due to whatever.
Right,
family
and they announced
emergency.
that Xavier's not going to be there, and he'll be out resting at home.
But did they say why?
It doesn't matter why.
Because they said why Ricochet was out. Family emergency.
Right.
So we had a reason.
That's fine.
But what was he out resting for? Was he hurt? Was he burnt out? Was he...
I don't think it matters.
Did he
They
have
announced
diarrhea?
that he wasn't going to be
Was
there
he
for an
sick?
extended period of time. So we don't need. It's just like my work. I'm not going to call and be like, "Hey, I'm shitting my pants right
I'm not
now."
feeling well.
No, I don't even have to say that. I won't be in today. Thank you. I don't have to tell them why.
Are you serious?
No.
Wow.
It's my own personal fucking business. It doesn't matter if it's a family emergency, I'm shitting my brains out, or I just don't want to fucking come in today. You don't need to know the why. You just need to know I'm not going to be there.
All right, here you go.
Whether it's excused
Here you
or
go. In the rule
inexcused.
book, we
There's
got
no
section
excused or inexcused.
3.3.
Say it again.
Said in the rule book, section 3.3, catering, aka free agency. It says if your wrestler gets injured or has to miss time, there must be an announcement / social media post from your wrestler or their respected promotion. So that's in the rule book. So technically, they announced it last week.
So technically.
That should be 0
So
because
they
they've
announced
been
it
announced
what?
they're out.
Okay, so they announced they're out for what reason? It doesn't say it needs to be a
They
reason.
just
It just says if they're injured or out. It doesn't say.
or has to miss time, there must be an announcement, which they made the announcement.
So that means Roman doesn't get negative because he's just missing work. As long as they know he's missing work, as long as we know.
No, because Drew was talking shit, so that's a little different. So Drew's like, sorry to burst your bubble,
So-
but Roman's not here. Oh,
So who announced that who announced that Xavier was out?
the announce team both weeks in a row.
Actually, they didn't. It was Kofi.
Oh, in a promo?
Yep.
Yeah, and then the announcers
So that
backed that up.
so that makes
same
sense.
show.
So that counts. He
No,
says, "Yo,
because
my
the
boy
announcers
Xavier's
did.
at home licking his wounds.
He just
healing
doesn't
up."
listen. The announcers said the same thing after, like when Woods came out. The announcers said the same thing.
When
Xavier's
Woods
at
came
home
out,
resting.
when Woods came out, the announcer said the same
Or when
thing.
when fucking Kofi came out.
See, we're already like
When
so
Kofi
then,
came
so
out,
then that
the
means we're giving
announcers
Kimmy
made the
2
same
points at this point.
That's why I said I didn't want to go back in time. I would just go for this week because
I'm gonna vote to
This
just
is
give
on
her
me.
the 0 for this week and let her keep it moving. But I'm not gonna take points that already previously were on there. Let's just move on from this and just, in my opinion.
Well, I'm just saying, if
'Cause-
if Cam was here, we could get a vote between me,
if
Mike,
Cam was
and
here.
and Cam.
what's your vote?
Cam has already feel like he's
Mr. B?
been cheated.
Sounds like it conforms to the rules.
Oh, Mr. B,
There
here
it
we go
is.
with the rules.
Damn. So
Rules are rules.
I vote 4 as well. So that's 2 out of 3 already. So that trumps it. So that should be. So all we needed was 2 votes.
All right, whatever. Just
Oh, I'm sorry, you're going to be losing by 2 points now. I mean, I think that's the fair thing to do. Now, is it for do we need to add like a minimum as far as how long they're going to be out, what counts and what don't count?
I just I don't even want to.
So, anyway, we'll figure it out. This is an ever-changing rule book, by the way, so we always vote on things to
Yeah,
make it
it's-
fair. So,
Definitely ever changing.
So, July 30th, 2022, amidst all the chaos, Xavier Woods suffers a horrible leg injury post-match on SmackDown.
horrible, a horrible leg injury. Ooh.
Does it say he's gonna be out in there?
Damn. Well, if that's the case, then you should have been able to take him out. I guess that was last week. No, because it would have been. Yeah, you should have took him out last week then. technically.
That's all it says.
All right, cool. So there it is. So you guys are tied. And then Cam with 33 points. So Cam wins the week to get
Fucking
back on track
Cam.
here. So for everybody that doesn't know, so Cam, his team right now, he's got Drew McIntyre, Dakota Kai, he's got Judgment Day for his tag team. He's got Gunther and Karrion Kross in his free-for-all spots. So we're doing a male, a female, a tag team, and then 2 free-for-all, meaning you can split up tag teams and pick individual people or whatever, as long as they're active on the wrestling roster. So he's got a pretty good team.
Fuck his team. I want to win.
Pretty good team that you got there, Cam. Pretty fucking good team you got there.
So overall quarter scores so far. So we are in season 2, quarter 1. So in last place we got Mr. B at 29. He's like fuck. And then in 4th place is me with 38. And then we got Cam in 3rd place with 41. And then Kimmy and AJ tie again. So we got 1-1 right here at 50 points.
Why is the rankings at the end don't match the rankings?
Because I haven't changed them yet.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Here, we'll do that.
ooh, sorry.
Sorry.
All right, so Kimmy, while he's doing that, you are on the clock because you have an injury with Xavier Woods after all that bullshit.
Well, hang on. Before we do that, Mr. B,
Oh.
do you want to make a move since you scored the lower amount of points this week?
Yeah, you want to dump your whole team and just pick somebody?
You have no injuries, but if you wanted to switch somebody, you can. You have a move available. If you want to hold on to it for now, then that's cool.
I'm just debating on who I should, if I should use my move, if I shouldn't, who I should take.
I mean, you're stuck into Survivor Series, so.
Yeah, I know. Plus, I'm trying to think who's coming back, who may be coming to WWE now.
Well, you can't pick someone not yet there.
Well, yeah, I know. That's what I'm
I
saying.
know.
I'm
Wait
like,
for someone new to come.
I think I'm going to hold off for now.
All right, he said he's holding off. Okay, so Kimmy, since you said she's going to go first.
Am I?
Yeah. Or you guys don't want to flip a coin?
No, I'll concede.
Okay, well, there you go. All right, so Kimmy, you got somebody that you want to switch out?
Well, Xavier's out on injury, so I'm gonna
He
put
is.
his tag team partner.
Okay, so
Kofi
you're gonna
Kingston
put Kofi
his
in there?
place. Yep. Just for temporary purposes,
Unless
and then when he comes back, then I'll.
he wins the WWE Championship. Then you're just like,
Well, then I could choose to use my move to keep him.
then yeah, we're done. Xavier going to the abyss.
So these moves will officially be made starting Monday.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll leave the points the way they are. And are we going to do 0? Is that what's happening officially?
The person gets 0, but the points on the side stay the same, so it keeps the
No, I think what
calculation.
he was asking is if since he was injured, are we gonna go back and take out that -2?
Because it was
That's
announced.
that's on y'all. You already know my
AJ's
vote.
just upset about it.
I'm very upset about that. Yes, of course.
Well,
Wouldn't you want that for yourself
Of course
if your
I would,
person was
but
injured?
but that's
so
not
now
for me
he's,
though.
now he's
so,
losing by 2, and it's like
so it's
eating
not for
at him.
me.
Okay, so Kofi
Well.
Kingston is officially inserted into.
All right, cool. Well, I'm glad that Xavier got hurt the moment after SummerSlam. What the fuck?
All right, AJ.
That happened to Becky too.
You
Good for
also
Cam.
are going to be making a change.
Who said I was making a change?
You did,
Oh, okay.
at least in pre-roll.
Pre-roll. Pre-roll. There's no pre-rolling with me, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up Hit Row.
Are you officially doing Hit Row?
Yeah,
Okay,
All right.
so Hit Row's in.
I'm going with the all minority. My team is the Nation of Domination. Nation Domination. We are.
All right, so that, and then who did you say you were taking in Kofi, right? Where is he? Kofi Kingston.
Damn.
And then
Bam.
you got to add.
Xavier back to the. Well, no, Xavier.
No,
Oh,
I laid him red.
Acclaimed.
acclaimed back to the list of tags.
They're already in here.
and then
Okay.
lock my tag team.
Yep.
Or maybe make them not blue because they're no longer picked. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, true.
They're back in catering.
And you can put their points in there that they do have currently.
Yep, that's what we said we were going to do, right?
Yeah.
Swap it over.
So they have 7, I think, or 9.
5.
5. Look at that.
And if you guys want to know what we're talking about, again, go listen to episode 48 back in the archives on YouTube.
Yeah, so we got a whole ass fantasy league here that we're doing. I mean, we're keeping up with literally all rosters here. So this is no joke. Like, we made spreadsheets, everything. So for all of you that want to follow along and get the rules and maybe create your own league, fucking do it.
Was itching my leg.
All right, so
We played disc golf today, and we went through
dude,
the jungle forest of. It was like Furringer, like when we played up in Denver, with shade and trees, and then he started telling me there's rattlesnakes out there.
Oh, no.
I'm like, come on, bro.
yeah, come on, you know. I don't know if that's the case for real.
If you don't know, now you know, ninja.
Okay, so
Hit row on your team. There you go. And
Those
now
you know.
What do you
you
guys
can
think?
go ahead and
so my
block
team is
his
locked.
shit.
Yeah.
Lock his shit.
So
Let me
now
do
that
that
my
right
team
now.
is locked, let's just, if I can indulge for 2 minutes for you
Okay.
guys.
oh,
It was between Hit Row and the Viking Raiders. I went with Hit Row, and my explanation was they got them doing the squash tag matches right now, which I'm cool with.
Well, you're going to get wins and match points.
Right. Overall, to Survivor Series.
bro, what's going on?
Do you think the Viking Raiders would have been a bigger thing, or do you think the Kofi, the New Day Viking Raiders things is going to make them trade off more?
I don't know, man. I mean, they have been putting the Viking Raiders on TV a lot lately, but I think that's also because of their lack of good tag teams.
Right, there's nobody else, right?
Right. So now that they have them, I really feel like this is going to be a good choice for you. You know what I mean? I feel like they're going to get more promos backstage. They're going to get more mic time out in front of the crowd, even before and after matches, likely. You know what I mean? The Viking Raiders are just like, meh.
Yeah.
They never really cut a promo. You know what I'm saying?
What was that noise one more time?
That's the Viking
Love it.
Raiders.
That's the Viking Raiders in a nutshell. Ooh.
Or,
Damn, my team is being locked. Look at it. It's being...
It's officially
it's
lost.
just me and you, Mr. B.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm Mr. B.
I don't know. I just
Who do you have on your
Is-
team, real quick? Let me see.
I got Hook.
Seth?
I got Seth, Thunder Rosa, Young Bucks.
Ooh, Mr. B went
Rhea Ripley.
super heavy AEW again.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we started the first time, Mr.
Well,
B.
here's
Yes,
the problem,
but the
though.
difference is
Yeah,
now
the Mr. B rule,
One,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the
yeah.
Mr. B rule, yes. Which I was always... No, I personally, Mr. B, I've been on the Mr. B rule from day one. I was with you, brother. And we got outvoted, like we normally do.
That's what really hurt my last season.
Well, hey, man, it's only fair. If it gets voted, it gets voted, you know? I've been voted down. It's cool. And
I know, I
it
know,
is what it
Mike.
is.
I know you've been voted down. You can put my 2s across my board, too, for me.
You're what?
My 2s for my overalls. My ranking. I'll take my 2.
Because you ain't touching my belt. It's my championship.
We coming for you.
Hogan.
All right.
All right, so I think that's, is that our first Spotify show in a nutshell, guys?
I think so.
With 30 minutes spare, you know, some people got an appointment. I'm previously booked. So, not as previously booked as Cam. Cam is, well, actually, Cam's got some real shit going on, but we miss you, Cam. Hashtag we miss you, Cam.
Well, if that's it, then there's only one thing left to do. The signature out, man.
Well,
It's all you.
make sure you like, subscribe, and follow at MACKDOWN Podcast. We'll see you next time right here on the MACKDOWN Podcast. Ring the bell for the love of God. Thank you guys so much. Once again, like, subscribe, comment at MACKDOWN Podcast.
At MACKDOWN Podcast. I don't know why, but it was like, it's alright, because it's after the, it's alright, because it's after the, it's alright, because it's after the bell.
And on that note, I'm going upstairs.
Oh, okay.
I gotta check on my car.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were going to say kid, but...
Your car. Them kids, I got a car. Yeah, I gotta go to work.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna leave out of here in about 5-10 minutes. I gotta pee.
Stopping this.
All right, go.